few notes that I'd like to share with you today regarding House Bill 541. I had the opportunity over the past 3 years to address the concept of charter schools on multiple occasions beginning in 2010 as we worked on a race to the top application. During that failed process, which I don't regret actually, I had the opportunity to visit with the major charter school organizations. I reviewed the current research on the effectiveness of charter schools. I visited the charter schools in our neighboring state of Georgia, specifically their KIPP academies. I attended the Georgia Charter Schools Conference so I could learn as much as possible about those charter schools and began to share in my role as Deputy State Superintendent facts about charter schools to be considered in the state of Alabama. I did that not as a pro or con, just as a way to get the facts out about charter schools across the state of Alabama, because as you realize, there are lots of opinions. We wanted to try to stay to the facts. Probably the most profound statement that I heard during those meetings occurred in a combined meeting in Huntsville of the Huntsville City Board of Education, Madison County Board of Education, and Madison City Boards of Education, which they opened to the public. As I was presenting that meeting about the pros and cons of charter schools, not the pros and cons, but the facts of charter schools, I described the flexibility and the autonomy that make charter schools able to do some of the things that they typically are not able to do. And a very profound question was asked of me. If that flexibility and autonomy is what makes charter schools great, why did we not apply that to all schools in the state of Alabama? I thought that was a quite profound statement. So I came back to our state board, and as a result, the state board concurred, along with Dr. Morton, that we should look into that. So we passed what is referred to as the Innovation School Systems of Alabama Resolution that authorizes school systems and schools in this state, if they want to aspire to something greater than what's required under No Child Left Behind and adequate yearly progress. And we as a State Department, as a state board, have rules and regulations that keep them from doing that. And we're able to waive those so that they can aspire and innovate to those new aspirations. If you pair this with First Choice that we passed in 2008, which removes the Carnegie unit, the seat time to earn credit, that lets us do credit recovery and credit advancement and access distance learning on a 24/7 basis, we really have the possibility to be very innovative and creative to meet the needs of many of our children. And I'm very encouraged as I look at legislation that's included in this bill and others, that you're looking to allow us budgetary and statutory flexibility to pair with this programmatic flexibility to really create an environment that will be unique to Alabama to do what's right for our kids. We're just beginning to see our schools and school systems emerge from the multiple years of regulations. They still don't quite believe they can do this because we've told them for decades that they can't. But we're looking forward to working with them as we move forward. But along with that flexibility and autonomy, if I was a superintendent, whether at the state level or the local level, I'd want at my disposal every possible research-based option that I could have to make the best possible decisions for my students. And currently, I don't have that option with charter schools. So I would welcome that being added to my toolkit of options. However, for me, that all comes within context. And I do this with everything that I try to do as your state superintendent. And I look at it through these lenses. Is it the right match for the identified needs of the students we serve? Not just because we think it's a good idea, but we have identified the needs and this is the right solution for those kids. Equally important, is it the right